Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 70732. I actually don't have room on camera to show the box, so I'll just show the instructions, which by the way are very nicely bound, so they're the, nicer instructions. There's one big instruction booklet, so this is, pretty nice. But this is the city of Stiix, and there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 minifigures, no, 8 minifigures, sorry, missed Gultar, included in the set, so, a nice, decent amount, not perfect amount, and I'll talk more about the minifigures in a moment, but I'm actually going to save them for last, and start off with the builds. So there are four separate builds, being Nia's speedboat, this ghost ship boat thing, the big old city of Stiix, which we're gonna look at last because it is the coolest one. This is obviously the big build, and this other little section of the city. So we'll start off with Nia's boat. And Nia's boat is, pretty mediocre. This is the only part of the set that is not accurate to the show. So that I like it when, the sets, kind of take inspiration from pretty much just the show, and only the show. So it does have this nice big long dark red piece, nice dark red and silver color scheme, with a little bit of gold there too. The stickers are the only real goldish parts. But you have that nice sticker on the front, which makes it Nia's boat. And then you have these little engine stickers. Nice little screen there. And if we pull her out, you can see that printed console piece in there. And then these little flag pieces have stickers on them as well. And I do like these nice metallic silver arches. You got the two swords in the back. And there's the Nia figure, which we'll take a look at later. But she does sit in here pretty nicely. And you obviously got the water shooting at the front, and then you do have these two little stud shooters, which are pretty nice. They, normal stud shooter behavior from these guys. And on the sides they have, some detailing to kind of make them stick out, but they do kind of look a little bit out of place. And you do have these nice big blades on the back, as well as a little fire exhaust. And it does have these blue, I didn't really stick her on the studs the second time, she was originally on the studs. But those little blue things on the bottom allow you to kind of move it around smoothly, and you can flip it to the sides to make it look like it's turning, or whatever. And we'll continue on with, the second boat of the set. And this is actually a very, very nice build. You can kind of pose some figures on the front. You could fit one in there, but I don't think Gultar fits there. So, because they have the ghost tail pieces. But as a build, this is actually as a side build, this is actually a very nice little, assembly. And it goes together quite nicely too. It's actually it takes up a lot more of the set than you would expect. You can see he's got a spear and a sword on the front as just weapons. And these two blades kind of like just fold in to kind of give it a little bit more of a complete look. And then you have this one blade on the front as well. You have this little telescope there, which looks kind of nice, I guess. The mast can rotate around. It has this really nice cloth sail piece. I'll turn the camera up a little bit so you can see it. It makes it really quite large. And yes, you will be seeing that quite a bit, that LEGO movie poster. You'll be seeing the corners of that, because it's actually one of the largest, in terms of size, one of the largest sets, actual volume, one of the largest sets I've reviewed. Because I've reviewed the Winter Village Market and the Winter Village Cottage, but they are kind of more compact than this. So it's got some nice tattering to it. And zooming in a little bit more on the center section, you can see it is kind of incomplete feeling with these little gaps there. That's the one of the two complaints I have about this ship. But you do have these nice stud shooters on the sides, so you can shoot those out, and those work nicely. and definitely kind of work as little cannons. In here you have a little barrel, which is pretty nice. It has two little key pieces, two of those, and then you've also got a handcuff piece, which I'm not going to take out because I'm just going to show you the extra one that does get included with this set. So you know, that's what the handcuffs look like if you've never seen them before, and it's kind of hard to have never seen them before. On the back, it kind of uses these big ship pieces, and it covers up the gap that is created with these nice Chima wing pieces. And that's done pretty nicely. Nice slope on the back, and then same on the other side. Does have these nice two crossbows, but I think look pretty cool. There's just little weapons facing forward-ish. And you can see we got a little jail cell back there. So we're gonna take J, or Ninja, and move the ghost for now. So you can see right here we have a jail door piece, which you can open up and you can throw the ninja in there. There are a couple little gaps there, but nothing too serious. And then you can it obviously connects back into here. So this is kind of a play feature where you can pull that open and the ninja can get out. It's kind of tough to do it, but it's possible and it's there. And I mean, you can always just like take him out that way and pretend, hey, there he is. He made it out. So that's a decent little feature. It is a little bit tough to see some of the darker colors in the set, so I guess I'll apologize now. And then in the back they have this nice two little horn things, and then the little rice hat in the middle to kind of create just a cool little look on the back. So that's basically all there is to that little boat. And then I'll pull in the third section, which is the last section before the big build. And the thing about this set is that all of the little side builds, except for basically all the builds in the set are really, really tall, excluding Nia's speedboat, which is very short. So this kind of separates into two sections, because you obviously can take that, and that the feature with that is that you can kind of just fold it upwards a little bit, and you can kind of change the angles. You can put this on the other side of the build. You can kind of move it around a little bit, and I might show a little bit of that if I don't run out of time. But we'll start with the little cannon section, which is pretty cool, or mediocre. I guess I'll detach it. So it obviously has that. You can clip that up and move it around, and that's just to show what it looks like with a figure. But without a figure, it looks very plain. It's just a little cannon where you shoot it like that, and it shoots pretty well. One of the pirates' cannons. I think that's what the theme it was introduced with. And it has one of these little weapon pieces that has a flag on it, and it can rotate all the way around, and you have a couple extra ammo pieces. Nice little rock detailing on the bottom. But other than that, nothing too fancy. You do have this nice piece in the back, which you get a decent amount of in this set. Specifically, this next build, you get 4 of those. And looking at it, you got this little plant there, but other than that, it's very plain. It's basically just these pieces for them. And then you have 2 ladders on the sides. One of the ladders is actually supposed to be used as like a little bridge. You can use these to bridge between the several platforms, which I think is a nice touch. But also, if you pull up one of those, you can see underneath here you have a little treasure chest, and inside this treasure chest you find a ton of crystals, 6 of them, and they're in 6 different colors, which is actually really nice. And the cool thing is, you'll see later that there is another yellowish crystal, but it's actually like the lime green color, not just yellow. So there's actually 7 different colors of crystals in this set. So that's something nice to note. And we'll put that back in there. Up here there's just kind of a little space where someone can stand. And I'll have to move upwards a little bit. And even if I move it upwards, you can't see the whole top, so, But, we'll zoom in on these little stickers. This windmill has 3 little panels, and they all have slightly different stickers. That one's got a spider, this one is plain, and this one here has a nice little patch. But I think, as a whole, this windmill looks pretty decent. You have a gear on the back, which you can use to turn it. That looks nice, nice little effect there. And the last little part of this set, or of this build, and you know, I guess I'll have to go with just the camera to show you, is this little crow's nest up here, which uses the steering wheel, like a ship steering wheel piece on the bottom, so it can turn around. And it also has a little bucket, and it's pretty plain up there, but you can put a figure in that area. And it kind of gets the point across, and they obviously, these 2 sections attach down here at the base, so you just take that and you put that on the first stud there. And then you have that little section. So now comes the tough part for me, which is this whole build. And honestly, I'm not sure how fantastic this review will turn out in terms of you guys being able to see everything. But, and sorry about that shaky camera. But we'll start with the bottom, we'll work our way up. We'll be able to get the second one easy, but the 3rd and 4th floors, especially the 4th floor, I might have to kind of use just the camera. So over here, we'll start on this side, where we have a little dock. It's actually supposed to have that down like that, but you can pull up the ladder. It's a nice little play feature. And this is attached at a pretty cool angle too. I appreciate the way they attach that on there using a hinge plate. On the outside you can see we got some ugly rock pieces. Some little jail cell doors. You can kind of see there's a little cave back there, which we'll see from the back in a minute. And you have some little rocks and stuff in the front to kind of just create a little shape into it. And then you have some plants growing around the sides. And just some rock pieces on this side. But this side over here is where you would attach the, or where you would kind of pose this section with the ladder as the little bridge. So that's kind of that. And there's obviously got blue plates around the bottom to represent water. So moving to the back, you can see we got this red knob, which we'll look at in a moment. I wish I had a little bit better lighting, but it's alright. I guess I'll do this to illuminate the inside of the cave for you all. You can kind of see that. There's this chain here, which is nice and black, and it's got this, kind of, it's a weird piece-like thing, and you can kind of have your figure reach down and grab it, or reach up and grab it. If they're trapped down here, they can reach up and grab it and climb up there. That's what I see it as being. It doesn't really assign a specific feature to it. You do have a nice little skeleton in there, which I'll actually pull out. Because it's not, your normal skeleton. He has the basic legs. But he actually has the Ninjago skeleton torso, which is kind of cool. Because it's a little bit more detailed and kind of less common. You also have the Ninjago skeleton arms too. And just the classic skeleton face. And we'll just throw him back in his little corner. There's a transparent spider, which I'm not going to take out. I guess I'll show you guys in there. There's a transparent spider waiting for you, but I'm not going to take it out because you'll see a couple more of those in this set later. And there's just kind of another ugly rock piece section, which is, kind of how the skeleton's placed up there. And, we're just going to take him out because I can't place him in there on video very easily. So this red lever here, I guess I should illuminate this part too, allows you to turn this and push those over to the side because they're on like a rack and pinion gear system. And it looks pretty nice from the front too. You got the 2 little jail cell door or jail door things. And these things move back and forth because you can see these gears. There's a nice little gear system under there, but I'm obviously not going to take it apart to show you. But I think that works well, that little play feature. And it looks pretty nice too. So, next section, I'm going to have to pull my tripod up a little bit. And this is the cool section, I think. We're going to start over here, you know, where you would climb up, we're going to take this jail cell just off for a minute so it's not in the way. But you'd walk up, right, and then you have this little flag that's just on a ball joint, so you can kind of move it around a bit. Only up and down, though. So you can, like, if someone's standing, I guess I should probably show you this. So the flag would be up like that, and then a ninja could be standing here or something, and you can go like that, and you can knock them over with the axe. So that's a little play feature there that's kind of not given away very easily. It's kind of just there, but you can use it that way if you wish. And I'm just showing you that there is a door here, so you can kind of see that with the light. But you do have this nice sticker here that says Ronins, which I'll complain about that in a little while. There's a crossbow and a little leaf piece. In here, there are some awesome little accessories. You got a little sack there, an arrow blade, which is nice. I'll turn it around so that you can see all the stuff in the back later. But you'd have this little railing there. And I do like these chima pieces, the red chima wings that are used as kind of like curtains almost. And right here there is a little barrel with a green ball, which you'll see what that's for in a minute, and a little spider. And this is obviously kind of where that other ladder would attach. There's another railing there on the back, and another railing over here. So this is the little back section. There is a sticker on this, you know, banner piece, which is not like it basically just shows just some detailing, really. We have a nice little top hat and mustache on a little pedestal. In there's actually a really nice sticker, which I'm going to show you guys. That nice rug. It looks very cool. You can kind of see it there. I might show it in another video in the future if I ever come up with a need for it. This counter you can actually take out, so that's nice because then I'll be able to show it to you. This is obviously that other crystal I was talking about. And I think it's not the same as the other one. Pretty sure. But you can actually fold up the little desk, because this would be like the desk that Ronan would be using. And you have this little electronics something chip that I believe that print was first used in Ultra Agents. So that's kind of neat. And then in this little barrel, which I guess you can't see the barrel, so I should probably show you. There's the barrel right there, and there's a little dragon, which you'll see in a minute. You have a sword and a trident. There's that little dragon on the back, and you can kind of see that book. That book is very nicely done. You can see it's got a sticker on the front. Not sure if that's supposed to represent something specific. Kind of reminds me of Klaus's spell book, but once you look inside, you can see that there is a little tile with a sticker on it that shows a Ninjago trading card with coal on it, which is pretty cool. And it has the same sticker on the front and back of the book to kind of make it more complete looking. So now here comes the hard part for me. I don't think I can really get you up to the top, so I am going to need to hold the camera. That's great. So right here you can see that little chair. There is a little bottle in the back and a goblet on the little table. So this red lever just takes that chair and basically makes it a trap door. So say Jay was standing there or something, and you pull the trap door, it'll fall down, kind of. And over here there's a little, this is for the little prison cell. I'll show you that in a couple minutes. And this is the last kind of back. There is a little balcony here, which is kind of nice. You can see you can kind of fit a figure, but the roof gets in the way a little bit. And all the roofs are kind of like that. They look kind of cool, nice and a little bit unneat, but these things on the edges don't look perfect. So looking at the front, there is a little jail door, this little panel piece, I think, is probably exclusive in that color, and it has a little sticker on it with a little bit of, you know, paint disappearing, a little spider, another spider on the roof, by the way. And here's that thing again. We're back all the way around, and there's a spider on there. So up here we have Moro, which we're going to remove, and also up on the top there is this little ball shooter, which I'm not going to shoot because you probably know how that goes already. But that ball that was way down at the bottom, that's what this is for, or that's what that is for. And it does have these nice little flags there, like a movie poster. And on the inside of this top floor, there's basically just a little stand to hold the map, or the scroll of Airjitzu. And they do a nice job with those clips, making it kind of look a little bit scroll-like, and they have a nice sticker there that looks like it is supposed to. So, moving back to our final little feature. It's over here. I'm not super smart. We'll pull out this little prison cell, which looks very nice. I like the way it's very bar-y. But these spears basically come open, and that's how you get the figure out. And the prison cell is held pretty well on this little hook. So that looks nice and works well. So that is all really for the build. I guess I should probably put this little hat back. But now we're going to move on to the figures and the final verdict. Alright, so we'll start off the figures with the good guys, specifically with Nia here. And you can see on her back she has two katana swords, one gold one and one black one. And her helmet is the same as previous Samurai X's outfits, and she does have a golden crowbar, which is kind of more interesting. You can see her torso and legs are actually the same as her 2015, or as her Tournament of Elements outfit, and so is her face printing, which is a little bit interesting. And there's the back printing on her head, and we'll take that off so you can see the back printing on her torso. So she is not exclusive to this set. She's actually a fairly common minifigure, appearing in the Dimensions pack, the whatchamacallit. She appears in the Ninja DBX, this set, the Titan Mech Battle, and something else too, I think. Pretty sure. On the Dimensions pack, obviously. But yeah, there's Nia. And now the next figure is Kai Deepstone. He's one of the more common Deepstone outfit ninja, but the Deepstone ninja looks pretty cool. He does have this nice weapon, which is a little scythe thing, but with the short blade. He has the traditional, or the 2015 mold for the mask that is dual molded, typical colors for that molding. And there's his face print, his torso and leg print. Look nice. They're pretty typical of the, like, they're not exceptional by any means in terms of the ninja's printing. There's the back. Nothing super explanatory, or nothing super, that's not super obvious, but Deepstone with the circle on the chest. And Jay is the third good guy and the last good guy in the set, and he has, the blue mask. His face is the same as it's been forever, but he is getting a couple new faces in more recent sets. He actually has more faces that are currently out. I just don't have them yet. But there is his torso and leg printing, very similar to Kai's. And we'll just take his head off and look at the back printing. So nothing exceptional there. He does have his emblem on the back, but other than that, he does have a gold and black katana on his back. So now we'll move into the bad guy figs, and I guess we'll start it off with Ming and Cyrus. I actually don't remember which one is which off the top of my head. I think that if you give me a second, I can figure it out. Because I happen to have the box sitting near me. And, alright, so let's take a look at the box together. We got Ming and Cyrus. Here's all the figures on the top of the box that are shown. I guess I'll give you a look at the box while I have it here. It's pretty big. So this one here is Cyrus, and he's actually the same as Cowler and a couple other names for this guy too. But you know, most notably Cowler. He does have a crossbow though, which is nice. His torso or his legs are transparent, which is cool. Got some nice ghostly printing there. They look very nice. There's the back printing on his torso, and the front printing, which is kind of, you know, kind of mediocre. It's a typical ghost torso printing. And there is his face, which is the same as Ming's. I'm not going to show Ming's because it takes years to take off his, like, Ming's mask, the mask that he has. And Ming, I like his weapon, you can see. It's got the little ghost elemental blade. And he does have different torso printing to Cowler, not Cowler, Cyrus. And he does have, oh hey, it came off this time. But there's his mask molding. It's got the transparency in the back. Looks pretty cool. The torso printing is nothing extraordinary, and the leg printing is the same as Cyrus's. And their back printing is also different too. So they're just kind of your typical ghost henchman dudes. I guess we'll take a quick look at the skeleton. I already showed him before, but he is a figure and he is technically included in the set. So here's Gultar. His weapon is somewhat nice. It's a nice little staff. It's very tall, but I really like that piece on the top. I think that makes a great scythe blade. He does have a rice hat like Cyrus. And looking at his face print, you can see that I just dropped a mask. I'll find it someday, but for now I'll borrow the extra one. There's his face printing and back printing on his head, which is actually kind of nice. I like the face on Gultar. I'm gonna keep that off for a moment so we can take a look at the torso, because we do have to take off this really nice piece. I like this piece. It's also used on Moro, and you can see kind of a skeletal printing there, as well as the ghostish symbol that's kind of ripped in half. But you can see from the back what this piece looks like. And he does also have the ghost tail, which is very nice. You can see that there. I'll rotate it around, I guess. You can kind of see it. I'm not going to show it on Wraith, who is our next figure. But, you know, because I kind of just showed it, but you'll see it. And here's Wraith, who has a nice little, whatchamacallit. I don't even know what you call this little chain weapon, because he is Wraith the Chain Master. He uses that same piece that Gultar uses for his scythe, and it has a little horn on the back. And just zooming in on his torso print, you can see he's kind of got chains wrapped around him, which are printed in a silvery color, which is very nice. They go all the way to the back as well. And his mask piece is the same one used on Soul Archer, who I actually don't have yet, but there's the back of him. It's kind of a odd shape, but it looks cool. And his face printing there is kind of mummy-like, except, you know, got some black wrap around it. So all in all, a pretty cool other little figure. And we have one more figure to go, and this is the desirable figure of the set, I think, because he is exclusive between this set and the Moro Dragon set. He does have the Sword of Sanctuary, which is a nice build, and actually very important to the show, so it is very nice that they actually include it in the sets. I think I reviewed the Moro Dragon, so I think you've seen this guy before, probably. But he does have that new face printing for evil-ish Lloyd. This really nice mold, which looks awesome, by the way, for the mask. And that in there is printed green, so pretty cool. I guess I'll give you a slightly better look at the distinction between colors there. And this shoulder armor piece is green, unlike Gultar's dark blue. But, you know, nothing too much to say about that. And there is the torso and leg print for him. It's got kind of like the cracked deepstone emblem that's on like a ghostly fire, which is pretty cool. And on the back it has like the Lloyd's dragon with glowy eyes, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. And you can see there's a couple little folds printed on the outside. What's on? Oh, there we go. There's a nice angle so you can see all the printing on Moro Lloyd's legs. So yeah, this guy is probably the draw of the set. Overall, I think the set, while I put it all back together and get to show you guys the whole thing at once, is I think the set is pretty cool. I really like the builds. I think those are very strong and very well done, especially this nice shop here. But see, my favorite part is Ronan's shop on the bottom floor. However, biggest problem with the set for me is the really obvious exclusion of Ronan as a figure. I think if they had added Ronan, I probably would have bought this set, right away. I wouldn't have bothered with Ronan Rex because I'm not a big fan of that build. But I think the lack of exclusive or really even rare-ish figures kind of makes this set a little bit less of a must-buy for me. Obviously it does include Moro, but the Moro Dragon is a lot cheaper and still a pretty cool build, so I don't know if it's necessarily worth it to get this over that. I think that this is a very nice build and does everything that it should, except for having the, nice exclusive figures. But as a whole set, I'd give this probably a, probably on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give this an 8 because the builds are fantastic. Definitely going to enjoy having this on display, but it would have been nicer if it had some cool figures. But that's basically all that I have to say about this set. You'll notice me just posing some figures all over the place, and yeah, so that I can take a sweet thumbnail photo after I finish recording. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you did. And obviously, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. And Gultar, stand up. But yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Bye, guys.